Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, this is Jesse with the Common Nerd, and Merry Christmas, because Christmas has come early once again, ladies and gentlemen, because yes, the evil, rotten, identity politics, woke garbage that has infected Marvel and all of Disney for a very long time is finally being purged. And over there at Marvel, we have another beautiful one of those evil, rotten people that has destroyed so many legacy, wonderful characters that we have known and loved. Well, guess what? Boys and girls, he has finally got his walking papers, and Nate Moore has been fired from Disney Marvel. Yes, the person responsible for Eternals and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and Namor is finally out over at Marvel. And man, boys and girls, this just lines up perfectly with everything we've heard, and it's just like the world can't keep getting better. For how much longer, I don't know, but things are healing, and Christmas has come early, boys and girls. Because here you see it over here from CosmicBook.News and our dear sweet Matt McGloin. MCU producer Nate Moore exits Marvel. Follows rumors of woke execs getting fired. And yes, boys and girls, we have covered and brought this up time and time again on this channel. Our dear sweet friend Chris Gore over there at Film Threat, which if you haven't checked out Chris Gore and Film Threat, what are you doing with your life? Told us, I think earlier this year, I think it was like May, June timeframe, somewhere around in there, that he had flat out heard that all of what was considered the activist producers, which trust me, when we go through all the decisions that Nate Moore made, you'll understand exactly why he would be labeled as one of those, is no longer there. Plus all the reports of the disastrous dumpster fire behind the scenes of Black Panther color us shock. This guy is officially fired from Disney Marvel, and boys and girls, it couldn't have come at a better time. I swear, it's almost like there's something that happened in November that has absolutely changed the entire scope of the world out there. But guess what? At the end of the day, we know what really has changed things, boys and girls, and that is you out there in the audience, the Marvel fans that didn't want this garbage, they didn't want to see the Eternals rewritten to some kind of diversity cast. It's gonna save lives. Well, all it did was cost Disney Marvel hundreds of millions of dollars. This company has lost billions over the last few years, and that is directly because of each and every single one of you that either made your voices heard or decided to not tune in to their absolute garbage and go watch something else for your entertainment purposes and your beautiful, precious, and very rare free time. And you, boys and girls, you are the reason Nate Moore has been fired because of his own actions. It's because you now control the Walt Disney Company, just like we now control Pixar. And guess what? No more gay and kids entertainment. Guess what? No more woke identity politics and destroying Kirby's great legacy with some of his characters anymore for you, Nate Moore. And I'll rant about that when we get to it. But boys and girls, this is a glorious day. We're going to check out this article and get into all of the juicy details. If you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do that without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Do you feel that Marvel is actually going to be able to produce good quality content going forward? Are you excited about the fact that this guy who had damaged so many beautiful and wonderful Marvel brands that we all knew and loved is finally fired? Or do you think Marvel will actually be able to turn this ship around and give us good quality stories again? Or do you think they've lost all of their talent and right now they're just firing all of the activists? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like to support the channel, please check out the links in the description down below. We're trying to get to 100 members, hopefully in the next few months. And boys and girls, that would go a very long way. It's $5 or less a month, and I could really use your help on all of that kind of stuff. So please check out the links in the description. And if you don't, that's okay. Just make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because that goes an extremely long way, and it's completely free. So from CosmicBook.News and our dear sweet Matt McGloin, following the rumors that Marvel fired all of its woke execs that ruined the MCU, now it's learned producer Nate Moore is exiting Marvel. This news also follows the reports that Captain America Brave New World has been a disaster with massive reshoots and a ballooning budget, and that comes only 2 months before the film's release. And boys and girls, they're already back. Yeah, they're back at reshoots here in December. And guess what? For the full details of what all that stuff is with Nate Moore, I'll give you a quick little cliff notes of it. Basically, what ended up happening is the guy was such a bad director that somebody else had to come in and take over the movie for him. And yes, he was on set, but he was not in charge. So he'll get to walk the red carpet at Captain Black America. But guess what? You will see none of his ilk or any of the nasty, disastrous dumpster fires that he has done over there at Disney, MCU, Disney Marvel ever again. And that is a beautiful thing to see. Moore is the Marvel producer who went woke with Eternals. It was his idea to replace the original characters from the comics with a diverse cast. Yes, the diverse cast, and it would save lives. You know, the absolute bastardization of the incredible Jack Kirby's work. You know, the legend, one of the absolute founders of Marvel out there, one of the greatest comic book legends in all of history, one of the guys that gave us some of the most wonderful and amazing art and drawings and stories. I mean, the Eternals were incredible. They used these theories, godlike powers, and they literally turned them into what? This, a woke diversity casting? There was nothing there to push your agenda? Nate Moore, you are a bastard! You are an evil, rotten, despicable man who could not even lick the bootstrap, the jockstrap of Jack Kirby, and now you will never get to touch another live-action Marvel project ever again. And boys and girls, if that is not one of the best Christmas presents any fan of Kirby out there could ever have, I don't know what is. Because guess what? Eternals didn't save any lives, but it cost the Walt Disney Company hundreds of millions of jobs. And Nate Moore, it cost you your job too. He's also the same guy that said he won't hire writers that read the comics. Oh, color a shock there, because it's all about me and my ego and my narcissism. Fuck all of those people that came before me, like Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Screw those guys. I'm smarter than them. I'm better than them. I can be like the Most High. Yeah, it didn't work out for the devil, and guess what, Nate? Didn't work out for you either. We're talking about comic book movies and TV shows here. The director of Secret Invasion revealed that he was told not to read comics. How'd that work out? Following the failure of Secret Invasion, Kevin Feige overhauled its TV division, which includes retooling Daredevil Born Again, just like Matt said. Because yes, we've been covering for that. And honestly, Daredevil Born Again is one of those ones I am cautiously optimistic about. That will be the first sign, as yes, we know they've fired all the activist producers. They're all gone. They won't be producing. They won't be making anything more for Marvel. But the real question is there enough talent left inside of that company to actually give us a good story going forward? Daredevil Born Again will be the first sign of that. And I, for one, am cautiously optimistic, and we will definitely be checking that out and letting you guys know how those first couple episodes go, because that will tell us everything about the future of Disney Marvel, whether it be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle. But tell you right now, you want to bring back the fans, Kevin Feige, that Daredevil Born Again series better knock it out of the park, which I honestly hope it does. Make Marvel great again, boys and girls. Now it's known Ironheart won't be following the comics. Color a shock there. While that might be a bad thing when it comes to the title character, the show's villain is the Hood, who will be a gangster turned activist from Chicago, along with Riri Williams. You can't make this up. I mean, it's literally just modern politics, modern agendas inside the storytelling. They literally cannot write past their own freaking noses. They have no empathy whatsoever. They have no way to see from someone else's perspective, which is why they just continue to write their own political agenda garbage nonsense. And guess what? The general population wants no part of it. You all out there are the winners, and you are all the ones out there in the charge of Disney Marvel now. And guess what? You're the reason you got fired. Congratulations. You did a good job. Anthony Ramos revealed that he didn't read the comics, but he's putting a new fresh spin on the character to make it fit the present day. Yay! I can't wait, because Ironheart, look, we have a couple of years at least left of like Disney Marvel projects that were all made by all these activist producers, right? Daredevil is one of the ones that Kevin Feige got a hold of early enough, and the strikes gave him an excuse to get rid of everybody and retool the entire thing, right? But we are still going to get Ironheart. We are still going to get Captain Black America. We are still going to get the Thunderbolts, and we are still going to get other things going forward. And trust me, they are all going to be hot garbage, woke nonsense made by these activist producers that are now all fired because their garbage doesn't work. But hey, guess what? It's done. It's in the can. It's best just to put it out, because if it fails and flops, it's probably easier to write it off than just trying to cancel it outright, not to mention all the backlash they'll get for canceling things in the media out there. They'd much rather just put it out there and ignore the fact that it completely and totally flops, just like they have done with every other of their Marvel series over the last few years, and move forward with their lives, and hoping that the only thing anybody will be talking about is Daredevil Born Again. And honestly, I'm hoping that's the case for all of us too. Nate Moore also produced Black Panther Wakanda Forever and turned Namor, which don't get me started on Namor either, especially as the guy that I'm a guy of Mexican descent, and I really don't like you race swapping and tokenizing characters because it doesn't represent me in any way, but I'll try not to scream right now. Into a Mexican. How'd that work out? The 90-pound Shuri also became Black Panther, and the film forces the use of Ironheart onto the fans who have no reason to be in the movie. Moore is also listed as producing Armor Wars, which is supposed to feature Ironheart. If it happens, good luck. I really hope they just quietly cancel all these things. Oh, it's still in development. It's still in development because literally, like that. So they got away with it with Black Panther Wakanda Forever, right? The marketing was all about T'Challa and how it was this going to be a big thing. They used his freaking funeral to like heart bend you and convince you to go see this movie. And given it probably technically made a profit, but not by much. And if what Kevin Feige said is true about going forward with a Black Panther 3, if you make Siri the lead and you do not replace T'Challa, I promise you that movie will end up flopping as well. And you will find out that guess what? That method ain't going to work. It doesn't matter if you got rid of the woke producer or not. I can't wait to watch Black Panther 3 flop at the box office with Siri right there up in front. Boy, that's going to work out great, isn't it, boys and girls? Again, Moore is also producing Captain America, Brave New World, which reportedly has gone through nearly a dozen reshoots and massively ballooned the budget. Anthony Mackie is Captain Falcon in the film. Moore also produced The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh, you mean that one where literally one of the most famous superheroes in the world who literally saved the entire universe? He couldn't go into a bank and get a loan because he was black. Oh, and then the cops harassed him while he was talking to Bucky in the middle of a middle-class neighborhood. Yeah, that series out there? Yeah, boy, I wonder why that stuff doesn't sell with people, because I don't know, these are superheroes and that literally makes no sense whatsoever with Falcon, but oh no, we have to put racism in it because he's black. Oh my god. Anthony, produced Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and it's reported they killed Sebastian Stan's Bucky in the Thunderbolts. Oh, great. Dude, if they kill off Bucky in the Thunderbolts, I hope that's part of one of the major reshoots and changes. And so reportedly, there are some major, there are more reshoots being done currently right now with Thunderbolts. And guess what? It involves Sebastian Stan. So what do you want to bet? Bucky ain't going to be dead no more, huh? Because I don't know, it's probably like the 5 million test screens they've done with that movie that continues to flop over and over and everybody hates it, huh? I wonder why when you kill off one of the favorite characters of the original MCU series out there. Wonder why that isn't going to go over very well with fans. Regarding the departure of Namor from Marvel, Deadline says he is leaving Marvel in early 2025. Well, yeah, he's got to be there for the premiere on the red carpet. Yeah, basically, at this point, if he's even at the place and not just sitting at the home, he's in an empty office doing absolutely nothing. I guarantee you that. Kevin Feige and Louis Esposito confirmed that news in a joint statement. They also says Moore will be involved in Black Panther 3, which Denzel Washington let it slip that it is happening, which I'm guessing is due to his contract. In addition to spinning things that look like his departure is bad press, Black Panther 3 is confirmed. Oh, yeah, there you go. They confirm it in this one, too. Yet again, less than 2 months before Captain America gets released. And of course, here's the typical little spin. Here's your little corporate speak to make sure everybody's still friends at the end. God forbid you just come out and go, hey, the guy sucked. He lost us hundreds of millions of dollars, if not $1 billion, and we're firing his ass, right? But oh, no, that's not the way it works in Hollywood now, does it? Because of course, fucking guy Kevin Feige goes, Nate is fantastic executive and a colleague as well as a wonderful friend to all of us here at Marvel Studios. He's been a core member of our team since 2010. And his influence will continue to reverberate in our storytelling. Yeah, let's hope not. Although we'll miss him a great deal, we look forward to watching what he does next, while also having a good fortune of working with him in a new way on our next Black Panther movie. Yeah, he's basically going to be an executive producer because his contract requires it, and the guy will make zero decisions whatsoever. I'll be a miracle if they can salvage a Black Panther 3 movie. So, of course, Moore responds in kind. Nearly everything I know about producing, I've learned from my time at Marvel Studios. Yeah, color us shocked there. You were another inexperienced diversity hire that checked the tick box, and you sucked at your job, and everybody else had to come in and finish your work. Oh, boy, it almost sounds like stories we've heard out of Disney animation. Huh? It's almost like it's the same woke infection and cult nonsense garbage across the entire company. Weird. Nearly everything I know about producing, I learned from my time at Marvel Studios. I feel lucky to have worked with a group of people who love filmmaking and storytelling as much as my Marvel colleagues and the cast and crew of our films. But I couldn't be more excited to apply my experience and passion for films towards theatrical movies in all genres, including Return to the World of Wakanda for Black Panther 3. Back in August, it said the report Marvel filed its woke producers and cleaned house due to the failure of Phase 4. I do know, this is from Chris Gore. I do know people who work at Marvel. They have cleaned house. They quietly, months ago, fired all the producers that could be labeled as activists. And it looks like, Nate Moore, essentially the only reason you're still sticking around is because it would be more expensive to violate your contract, and they don't want to end up with a public lawsuit. So you literally have golden handcuffs, and you'll just be hanging around getting paid for doing absolutely nothing because they can't trust you with anything to actually get done. And why should they? Everything he's touched has been a disastrous dumpster fire. I mean, do we need to go over the Eternals again? Do I need to rant again? Do we need to talk about Namor and how offensive that shit was, especially concerning the fact that Namor is literally supposed to be of like Irish and Irish and literally Atlantean response, right? Besides the fact that they just completely and totally violated what the character is. But I mean, seriously, the just like, well, we're just going to grab a bunch of Mayan imagery and we're going to throw it around Namor and we're going to take him from being an Atlantean. We're going to take him in this lost city out there. I mean, it was just garbage, hot garbage, and everybody could not stand it, boys and girls. And guess what? The trash, one more piece of the trash, is officially gone at Marvel, because whether or not they want to say, well, he's just willing nicely, we know what happened. His ass was fired because he could not produce any good quality content. Why could he not produce any good quality content? Well, for one, he was an inexperienced diversity hire. And two, everything he did concentrated on real world politics and did not tell a good superhero story. It did not relate to the lore in any way, shape, or form. It bastardized it, it insulted it, and all of the marketing was nothing more than a bunch of talking point virtue signaling garbage. So guess what, Nate Moore? I'm glad you're fired. You did it to yourself. You got what you deserve. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. And that's me, mean, kind, and Christian, because trust me, there's another part of me that wants me to watch and smack you right in the ass and launch you out of the stratosphere and into the oblivion for what you fucking did to Jack Kirby's work. So fuck you, Nate Moore. I'm glad your ass got fired. It's exactly what you deserve. And Kevin Feige, I didn't think I'd ever say this, but good job, buddy. You made the smart decision. Now keep doing it and keep making the fans happy.